As we get older, some things just don't matter anymore. When you're in your 70s, it's time to stop worrying about things that used to be important. You don't need to care about what others think, collect more things, or stay in relationships that bring you no joy. Instead, focus on what makes you happy, healthy, and peaceful. Here are 9 things that don't make sense after 70, and why it's time to let them go. Lesson 1. Worrying about the opinions of others. At 70, who cares what anyone thinks? You're not here to impress anyone anymore. Your life, your rules. Remember, you stop worrying about what people think when you realize how little they do. Think about this. After 70, why should you still care about what others think of you? Life's too short to live by someone else's standards. When you're constantly preoccupied with how others perceive you, you're letting their opinions dictate your happiness. That means you might change your clothes, your hobbies, your lifestyle, just to fit in or gain approval. But in the process, you lose your true self. The truth is, as we age, many of us realize how much time we wasted trying to please others when we could have been enjoying ourselves. If you keep worrying about what others think, you'll spend your final years chasing validation that's irrelevant. If you continue to care about the opinions of others, you might end up spending the last part of your life feeling dissatisfied and anxious. You'll lose your peace and your joy, and you'll miss out on the freedom that comes with aging. You could become bitter, resentful, and, most tragically, lonely. Worrying about fitting in with others will rob you of the beautiful peace and contentment that should come in your later years. It's time to stop worrying about others' opinions. At this stage in life, your value isn't based on someone else's approval. Stop being afraid of judgment or criticism. It's your life, and if people don't like it, that's their problem, not yours. Instead of seeking approval, seek happiness. It's liberating to stop pretending to be someone else and simply be you. The moment you realize that other people's thoughts don't define you, you will feel a weight lift off your shoulders, and your life will truly begin. Lesson 2. Accumulating material possessions. At 70, it's not about the stuff you collect. It's about the memories you make. Remember, wealth is not measured by what you have, but by what you give and who you love. Why are we still collecting things at this stage in life? When we were younger, we might have thought that having more things would make us happier. But as we age, we start to realize that material possessions don't bring true happiness. At 70, your focus should shift away from accumulating things. What's the point of more clothes, gadgets, or furniture when you're just adding to the clutter? Stuff just takes up space, and in many cases, it weighs you down. If you keep focusing on collecting more possessions, you might miss out on the most important things in life, like time with family, new experiences, and taking care of your health. Possessions can also become a burden, especially when you have to maintain them or worry about what will happen to them when you're gone. If you continue to chase after material things, you might end up feeling empty inside. The constant desire to acquire more will leave you disconnected from the meaningful relationships and experiences that matter most. As we grow older, we often realize that the things we thought we needed were never as important as time spent with loved ones or the simple joys of life. Accumulating more things could leave you feeling unsatisfied and like you're wasting time on things that don't matter. Let go of the obsession with material possessions. Start focusing on experiences, relationships, and moments that truly matter. Don't be trapped in this cycle of accumulating things. Instead, think about what you can give back or who you can help. At this stage, the real wealth is in your memories, your health, and the love you share, not the things you own. The less you focus on accumulating stuff, the more room you'll have for the things that truly bring joy, like family, health, and happiness. Lesson 3. Maintaining social relationships that no longer bring joy. As we age, we realize that not all friendships are worth keeping. Friendship is born at that moment when one person says to another, "What? You too? I thought I was the only one." But when it no longer serves you, it's okay to let go. When you're younger, you often feel the pressure to maintain a wide circle of friends, but as you grow older, you start to understand that not every relationship is meant to last. If you're still holding on to social connections that no longer bring you happiness, you're wasting your time and energy. Why spend your time with people who drain you, make you feel bad, or don't add value to your life? At 70, you should prioritize relationships that make you feel good, not obligated. As you get older, you realize that true friends aren't just about sharing good times, they're about supporting each other through thick and thin. If you're keeping friends around simply because you feel guilty or because of old habits, it's time to reconsider. Life's too short to stay in relationships that no longer bring joy or meaning. If you continue to invest energy in toxic or unfulfilling relationships, you'll likely feel lonely and frustrated. You might end up feeling stuck in a social circle where no one really cares, and that loneliness can weigh heavily on your spirit. As you age, you need genuine connections, not superficial ones. Holding on to relationships that aren't serving you will prevent you from making room for people who truly lift you up. You'll waste precious time that could be spent with people who truly matter. Start letting go of social relationships that no longer bring joy. It's perfectly okay to outgrow friendships or distance yourself from people who make you feel bad. Prioritize quality over quantity. Focus on building relationships with people who respect, support, and love you for who you are now, not for who you used to be. The less energy you waste on relationships that drain you, the more time and joy you'll have for the people who truly deserve your company. Life at 70 plus should be about surrounding yourself with positivity and love, not unnecessary drama or negativity. Lesson 4. Chasing society's standards of beauty. At 70, chasing beauty standards is a waste of time. Beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself. Coco Chanel. Society constantly pushes us to look a certain way, especially when we're younger. But as you age, the pressure to fit into society's idea of beauty becomes less and less important. At 70, it's not about having the perfect body or flawless skin, it's about embracing who you are. Chasing beauty standards can make you feel insecure and unhappy. It's easy to get caught up in trying to look young or keep up with trends, but those things won't bring you true joy or satisfaction. The truth is, beauty comes from within, and as you get older, you should focus on feeling good about yourself, not meeting unrealistic standards set by others. If you keep chasing these standards, you'll be disappointed. Society's standards are always changing, and they can make you feel like you're never enough. When you're in your 70s, trying to meet these expectations just wastes your time and energy, leaving you feeling unhappy with yourself. If you keep focusing on trying to look perfect, you'll lose sight of what really matters. You might become obsessed with your appearance, neglecting the things that truly contribute to happiness, like your health, family, and passions. Plus, constantly trying to meet society's standards can cause unnecessary stress and rob you of peace of mind. As you age, you'll realize that true beauty comes from within, from the way you carry yourself, and how you treat others. Stop chasing society's ever-changing standards of beauty. At 70, your focus should be on feeling good in your own skin. Embrace the beauty that comes with experience, wisdom, and confidence. Instead of stressing over your appearance, work on cultivating inner peace and happiness. As Coco Chanel said, beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself, so be proud of who you are, inside and out. Lesson 5. Holding on to activities that no longer bring us joy. Don't hold on to things just because you've always done them. The greatest mistake you can make in life is to be continually fearing you will make one. Albert Hubbard. As you get older, it's natural for your interests and energy levels to change. What once brought you joy might no longer be enjoyable, and that's okay. Holding on to activities that no longer bring happiness is a waste of time. Maybe you've always enjoyed a certain hobby, like knitting or gardening, but now it feels more like a chore than a pleasure. Continuing to do it because you feel obligated or because it's part of your routine will only lead to frustration and boredom. At 70, it's important to let go of things that no longer serve you, and instead, make room for new experiences that align with where you are in life. If you don't let go of things that no longer bring joy, you risk feeling stuck. You'll be holding onto old habits or activities that drain your energy, and you might miss the opportunity to discover new passions or interests that can bring real joy. Life is too short to waste on things that no longer bring value. If you keep clinging to activities that no longer make you happy, you might feel dissatisfied or resentful. You could end up stuck in a rut, doing things out of habit, but not truly living. This can make you feel disconnected from the present moment and keep you from embracing the new opportunities life has to offer. Let go of the activities that no longer bring joy. It's okay to move on from old hobbies or habits. Focus on things that make you happy now, not things you feel you should still be doing. Try something new, or simply rest and enjoy life in a way that feels good for you. The goal isn't to fill every moment with something to do, but to fill your time with things that bring you peace, happiness, and fulfillment. Life after 70 should be about enjoying every moment, not wasting it on things that no longer serve you. Lesson 6. Tolerating toxic relationships. You can't pour from an empty cup. You teach people how to treat you. Dr. Phil. As you get older, you start to realize how important it is to be surrounded by people who lift you up, not bring you down. Toxic relationships, whether they're with family, friends, or even coworkers, are emotionally draining. At 70, you don't have time to tolerate negativity or toxic behavior. These relationships can cause stress, make you feel miserable, and drain your energy. You don't need that in your life. If a relationship causes you pain, it's time to let it go. Tolerating toxic relationships out of a sense of obligation or fear of being alone will only hurt you in the long run. You might start to feel emotionally exhausted, anxious, or even depressed. As you age, you need people around you who bring positivity, not stress. It's essential to cut ties with people who do not respect you or make you feel bad about yourself. If you continue to tolerate toxic relationships, you might find yourself feeling emotionally drained and isolated. You could become so focused on trying to please others that you forget to care for yourself. This can cause unnecessary stress, and over time, it might even affect your health. Toxic people can bring negativity into your life, and at 70, you deserve peace and happiness, not unnecessary drama or conflict. It's time to stop tolerating toxic relationships. Surround yourself with people who respect you, lift you up, and make you feel good about yourself. Don't waste your time or energy on people who bring you down. You've earned the right to be with people who support and care for you, so don't let anyone take away your peace of mind. Cutting out toxic relationships may be difficult at first, but it will lead to a happier, healthier life. You deserve to enjoy the rest of your years surrounded by love and positivity, not negativity. Lesson 7. Comparing yourself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy. Theodore Roosevelt. We've all done it at some point, comparing ourselves to others. But as you age, you realize how harmful it is to keep comparing your life to someone else's. At 70, your journey is uniquely yours, and comparing it to others only leads to frustration and self-doubt. Maybe someone your age is traveling the world or running marathons, and you start to feel like you're falling behind. But the truth is, everyone's life path is different. The key to happiness at this stage of life is to embrace where you are, not where others are. Comparison only steals your peace of mind and prevents you from appreciating your own accomplishments. If you keep comparing yourself to others, you risk feeling inadequate and unhappy. You might focus on what you don't have instead of appreciating what you do. This constant comparison can make you feel like you're not enough, when in reality, you're exactly where you need to be. If you continue comparing yourself to others, you might become dissatisfied with your own life. You could feel like you're always chasing something you can't catch, leading to anxiety and frustration. It will be harder for you to enjoy the simple pleasures in life if you're constantly measuring your worth against others. And that's a recipe for misery. Stop comparing yourself to others. At 70, it's important to recognize that your life is uniquely yours, and you should be proud of what you've achieved. Focus on your own growth and happiness, not someone else's. Life isn't a race, it's about living authentically and appreciating your own journey. Celebrate your own accomplishments, big or small. Every step you've taken has led you to this moment, and that is something to be proud of. Live for yourself, not for anyone else's approval or success. Lesson 8: Clinging to outdated goals. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Steve Jobs. As we age, we often find ourselves holding onto goals or dreams that no longer serve us. Maybe you once wanted to become a world-class musician, where you thought you'd travel the world and become a photographer. But at 70, it's important to recognize that your goals might need to evolve. It's okay to let go of old goals that no longer match where you are in life. Holding on to outdated goals can cause frustration and unnecessary pressure. It might make you feel like you failed if you can't achieve something you no longer truly care about. Letting go of outdated goals doesn't mean giving up on all dreams, it means adjusting your focus to what is more meaningful and possible at this stage of life. You may find that your goals change to things that are more in line with your current passions, such as spending more time with loved ones, improving your health, or pursuing a quieter, more peaceful life. If you hold on to goals that no longer align with your reality, you risk feeling stuck or disappointed. You might feel like you're not living up to your potential, even though the truth is you've already achieved so much. Chasing after goals that are no longer realistic or important can make you feel like you're wasting time and energy, and it could prevent you from embracing new, more fulfilling aspirations. It's time to reevaluate your goals and let go of those that no longer fit your life. It's okay for your dreams to change with time, and in fact, it's necessary for growth. The key is to focus on what brings you joy, peace, and fulfillment now. Whether it's spending more time with family, traveling at a slower pace, or simply enjoying the small things, your goals should reflect the life you want to live today, not the life you imagined decades ago. Embrace new dreams that suit where you are in life, and remember, it's never too late to chase the goals that truly matter to you. Lesson 9: Feeling guilty for prioritizing your own happiness. You owe yourself the love that you so freely give to others. Unknown. At 70, it's crucial to understand that prioritizing your own happiness is not selfish, it's necessary. Throughout your life, you may have spent years taking care of others, supporting your family, or putting others' needs before your own. But now, it's your turn. Too often, people feel guilty for focusing on their own well-being, especially in later years. Maybe you've always been the caregiver, the one who put everyone else first. But as you age, you have the right to enjoy life without feeling guilty. Taking care of yourself doesn't mean you don't care about others, it means you're making sure you're healthy, happy, and able to continue giving your best to the people who matter most. If you continue to feel guilty for focusing on your happiness, you will likely end up exhausted, frustrated, and even resentful. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you don't take time to care for yourself, both physically and emotionally, you risk burning out and becoming too tired to enjoy the life you have left. At this stage, it's important to stop feeling guilty for wanting to do what makes you feel good. If you continue to feel guilty for putting yourself first, you might feel overwhelmed and trapped in a cycle of self-sacrifice. This can lead to stress and even health problems. You may find yourself putting others' needs ahead of your own for so long that you forget to enjoy life. The truth is, when you prioritize your happiness, you're in a better position to care for others. Your happiness doesn't just benefit you, it also makes you a better friend, parent, grandparent, and community member. Don't feel guilty for taking care of yourself and pursuing your own happiness. At 70, you deserve to do what makes you feel alive and joyful. Whether it's traveling, relaxing, or simply enjoying quiet moments, it's okay to focus on your needs. Embrace the freedom to make yourself a priority, because when you're happy and healthy, everyone around you will benefit too. Taking time for yourself isn't selfish, it's essential for living a full and satisfying life. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more insightful content. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and let us know which of these lessons resonated most with you. Is there something you've let go of recently that's helped you live a more peaceful life? Share your experiences with us. And remember, as the great Maya Angelou once said, we may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. It's never too late to embrace the changes that come with age and make the most of every moment. Share this video with someone who could use a little inspiration, and always remember, your happiness and well-being come first. Stay positive, stay healthy, and keep living your best life.